Hey everybody, hoping you have a great day. It's Grow with Joe here. Let me get the Facebook Live started. It's July 16th, so that basically means July is halfway over. So I hope you're maximizing your summer so far, just not staying inside the entire time, having a chance to get out. Right now, I'm in Portland, Oregon, so like right now is a really good, beautiful time to go out and explore Oregon. There's lots of hiking trails. Recently, just went to the Japanese Garden for the first time. That is pretty good tourist spot to go to. And it's right next to the Rose Garden. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Portland. Feels good to be back. Just moved back in March to launch this business, Grow with Joe, full time. So let me get the Facebook Live is going. So not only let me just get the Instagram Live going. All right. Hi, everyone on Instagram. It's Grow with Joe here to talk about another chapter of my book, More You Know, More You Grow. And today's lesson is going to be about how hesitation is your enemy. So I recently just did a podcast episode about this. And before we get into that, just let me give you a little bit more about who I am. My name is Joe Bautista, founder of Grow with Joe. And Grow with Joe is a financial planning company that basically combines financial planning with self-development coaching. My background is I have a degree in public health, degree in economics, Marine Corps veteran. And from what I saw when I was doing financial planning at my last firm is that basically in order to invest, you need to have money. In order to have money, you need to have a good job. In order to have a good job, you need to be a competent individual. And the way that you're a competent individual is that you're strong with your inner circle, with your physical self, your mental self, your spiritual self, and your emotional self. And John Wooden, the great basketball coach, once said, your outer circle success will never surpass your inner circle success. So if you want the outer circle success of your career, your money, and your relationships, what you got to do is work on yourself first with your physical self, your mental self, your spiritual self, and your emotional self. And so what I'm trying to do is with Grow with Joe is do development coaching. So learn how to work on yourself in those four areas. Because I got a good background, like Marine Corps veteran, was a personal trainer, economics, done lots of trainings on how to improve myself with my emotional self and my spiritual self. And basically what I try to do is just give you tips on how to, and that's what these lives are for and these Facebook lives are for, is just to give you tips on how to live a better life. How can you take these tips and learn how to make better decisions in your life? And today's lesson is going to be how hesitation is your enemy. So basically why we hesitate in life is, one, we're unsure of what we want to accomplish. So we have that paralysis analysis that's saying, oh, we don't want to make a bad decision. And the key thing with that and bad decisions, as long as you will never know 100% of the information, but if you know 80% of the information and you have a really good foundation in a lot of different connecting areas, then if it makes sense, you should probably just do it. And if it turns out to be a bad decision, the key thing is hey, you quit that as fast as possible, and then you work on the next thing that's going to help you reach your goals, whatever that may be. And so when we hesitate, you're hesitating on trying to make a good decision for say to buy a home or taking on this new job or buy a new car. Or for me, and what people do is they get analysis paralysis about working with a financial planner because they don't really know what that means. And financial planning as an industry has really evolved over the last 30 years in terms of how services are performed. Most people think of the Wolf of Wall Street and the stockbroker, and that industry is dying very fast because of the internet. Basically, what everyone needs is a laptop and they can get all the information that they need. But with financial planning, it's more technical. We look at your retirement planning, we look at your cash flow planning or cash management, risk management, like life insurance, disability insurance, health insurance, property and casualty. Look at all that to see you have the right amount of coverage. Estate planning, tax planning, investment planning. So like if you have analysis paralysis, if you're hesitating, it's probably because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And the key thing, if that is the case, then go do some more research so you can get up to that 80%. And yeah, but like hesitating on financial planning can be very devastating for yourself. If you wait 5 years to start investing an extra $300 a month, that could be a $500,000 mistake down the line, because you have to realize that in your 20s, saving $1 is like the equivalent of saving like $25 in your 50s. So I know for myself, I'd rather save $1 to get 25 instead of saving $25 to get $25. And that's why it's really hard if you hesitate when it comes to your finances. You're going to have to play a lot of catch up. And some people don't have that time or just don't have that ability to do that catch up. The reason why I started Grow with Joe is because I wanted to work more with 20, 30, and 40-year-olds on how to improve their finances, because it's the habits that you make in your 20s, your 30s, and 40s that are really going to make a difference for your future self. So like, you don't want to hesitate on your finances. So take some time out of this week or the next couple of weeks to like sit down, organize your finances, try to figure out, okay, what is my goal of when I want to retire? How much do I want to have? Like, if I have kids, what do I want to do for my kids? If I have a spouse, like how are they going to be protected? Am I thinking about a long-term care costs in the future? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you have to prepare for come retirement. And it's just going to get more complicated the longer that you wait. So hesitation is really your enemy. And it could be your enemy and other things in life. Like when it comes to going after that new job promotion, you're like, oh, no, I don't really feel uncomfortable. But then if you hesitate too long, then that opportunity can go away. And it also comes with like networking or within relationships. Say you really want to reach out to somebody, but you're just hesitating to do so. The key thing is you should just do it, and whatever happens, and you just deal with the consequences. Like if you like reach out to somebody for like an opportunity or to do collaborate and they don't reply, well, one, you could just assume that they're just busy and just follow up again until they actually reply back. Or because some people are busy, they're like, oh, I saw your email, but then I got distracted by this other thing and I just forgot about it. So like the fortune's in the follow-up. You got to remember that. So like, don't hesitate. If you see somebody that you would like to talk to, just go up and talk to them. I feel like a really good technique to help people get over their hesitation is the 3-second rule. So the way the 3-second rule works is whatever you want to do. So if you want to go talk to somebody or you want to do something else, you count to 3 seconds. And after the 3 seconds, you just go. And I remember using this technique when I was in Hawaii for this conference. And I went to this one waterfall. It was a beautiful hike and everything. And there's this like 35-foot cliff that you could jump off into this pool of water. It's in my Instagram. And at first, when I climbed up to the top, I was feeling nervous. Didn't really want to. I wanted to jump, but I was kind of like afraid because I'm like, oh, what if I hurt myself? Or I'm mostly afraid of like hurting myself. And so I stayed up there for a little bit. I had a friend down below who was going to videotape the thing and was just waiting there. And basically I was waiting there until I saw this couple come up, and they started having stage fright as well, because they're like, no, you jump. And like, since they came after me, I was like, no, I can't, there's no way I can let these people jump before I did. So I just said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you that it can be done. And so I went up to the ledge and I basically counted 3. I was like 1, 2, 3, and then I jumped. And yeah, I survived. And that's just what you got to do in a lot of life. If you're hesitating, like to talk to somebody or do something, just count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you just do it. I remember using this technique when I used to do a lot of bench pressing with a friend that I used to work out. Like we would put on really heavy weights, and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. Or same thing with deadlifts. I would just go 1, 2, 3, and then you go, and so then you just do the reps and just get it in. So that is like just using the 3-second technique can really help you get over your hesitation. Another way to get over your hesitation is just to do exposure therapy. This is what Tony Robbins has done with people that he trained in the past, is just set the bar low, and then once you pass that bar, you just continue to raise the bar a little bit higher. So he went to this one Army facility trying to help soldiers increase their marksmanship on the range. And he doesn't know anything about marksmanship or how to like proper like grip and everything. But what he did is like, okay, what I want you to do is the target's right here. Instead of starting at 25 feet or what, I can't remember, you're gonna start at like 1 foot. And once you start hitting bullseyes at 1 foot, then what we're gonna do is 5 feet, then 10 feet, and 15 feet, until they got to their desired outcome for marksmanship. So yeah, exposure therapy helps out a lot, because once you do that one thing that's uncomfortable, and then you continue doing it over and over again, it will just become a lot easier. Like when it comes to going to networking events, like if you're like constantly like don't know who to talk to, whatever, just make it a goal just to talk to one person. And then once you talk to one person, the idea is then you go talk to 2 people the next time, and then you just keep building up. You don't want to be that, but you don't want to be the person that talks to everyone, gets other cars, and you don't follow up. You kind of just want to talk to the 5 people and just get to know them really well, so you can establish relationships and everything. And yeah, just exposure therapy works. When it comes to doing these Facebook Lives, I just do it every single day, trying to improve my craft a little bit better. So by the time I want to be, when the time comes when there's a huge opportunity, I could say, hey, I did all these videos, I'm ready for it, I can take on this opportunity. And yeah, just that's why I'm doing all these videos. That's why I record a podcast every day. That's why I'm writing every single day, because you got to remember that success is when preparation meets opportunity. We don't have all the opportunities in the world, so we have to constantly prepare. We're like Warren Buffett says, you have a card with 10 opportunities on them, and every time an opportunity passes, a hole gets punched in it. So since you only have a limited amount of opportunities in your life, you want to make sure you prepare for it. And the way that you prepare for them is you're constantly training yourself to become a better person every single day. And if you let your hesitation hold you back, then you're going to miss those opportunities, and it's just going to cause you not to live the life that you want to live. You're not going to be the person that you want to be. And when you hesitate, you're just, like I said, you're preventing yourself from being the person that you want to be in life. And yeah, so like if you're hesitant about joining a program, if you're hesitant about doing this service or anything, but you know it's going to benefit you, you got to realize that money is, it can be replenished. You go to work and it comes back every 2 weeks. So the thing that you can't get back is time. 2 weeks gone is 2 weeks gone. You're never going to get that time back. You have to realize that today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and today is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. So if you hesitate, you're just going to get a little bit older, and you're just going to neglect your youth. And what's that old saying goes by? The youth is wasted on the young type of thing. So you don't want to be wasteful of life. Like every day that passes by, I make sure that I'm doing everything I need to help me reach my goals and be the person that I need to be in life. And if I hesitate in life, that's just not going to happen. So yeah, that's another way to help me get over hesitation. I just say, F it, let's do it. And just by saying that affirmation, just like it gets me in the right mindset to help me do the thing that I need to do. It's kind of like watching that movie Captain America, was it Winter Soldier, or the other one where Bucky is like hypnotized and the bad guy says those certain words that triggers them to be a bad guy. And so you kind of got to do that self for you. Like for me, I say, F it, let's do it. I'm trying to keep it PG. I use the R-rated version. But the idea is like whatever you need to do to help you get over that hesitation is going to make you much better off as a person. And yeah, just to summarize, like this live right here, and you got to remember, hesitation is your enemy. So if you want to get over hesitation, I would recommend you use an affirmation like F it, let's do it. That seems to be, that's a chapter I wrote in this book. That seems to be people's most favorite chapter out of all of them, because it just helps you get rid over that nonsense that is holding you back internally with your mind. The other way is the 3-second rule. So you count to 3, and then after end of 3, you go out and do it. And then you really just have to do it. And the other way to get over your hesitation is just through exposure therapy. Set the bar low and then continue working yourself up until you get to where you need to be in life. So if you want a free copy of this book, More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day, just go to my website, growwithjoe.me/book, and all you have to do is pay for shipping and handling. And when you get that book, you're also going to get my free report about my top 15 books to read to help change your life, my top 15 podcasts to give you a better mindset, and my top 15 YouTube videos to help motivate you when times get tough. And so, yeah, if you get that book, you get this, and there's a money back guarantee. So if you don't like the book, just ask for your money back and we'll get it right back, refund your money back right away. So hope you have a great rest of your day, everyone. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe, because Joe knows dough.